For the next topic, we have the top 5 offenses, our prediction of who we think is going to be in our order from 1 to 5 or 5 to 1, which however y'all want to do it, fellas. All right. So I'll go ahead and pop it off. My prediction for this upcoming season, I'll go from 5 to 1.
Okay.
I have the Arizona Cardinals listed at 5. The Tennessee Titans at 4.
Okay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3.
Okay.
Surprising.
Buffalo Bills at 2.
Ooh.
And last but not least, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. That is my prediction for top 5 offenses this upcoming season for 2021 and 2022.
That is shocking. I definitely thought you were going to homer and have the Bucks at number 1.
I told you, no bias on this channel, man. I keep it 100. All right.
You keep lying about you being the Steelers. Man.
I ain't that though. That's for sure. Trey, so who's yours?
Well, you got number 1 correct, the Kansas City Chiefs, but I think everybody pretty much knows that is about the closest thing you got to a no-brainer, I would think. At 2, I actually have your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, all them weapons, Tom Brady still at the helm. Can't go wrong with that. Number 3, he is going to play at least for this year. He has Mr. Adams still there. I think that Mr. MVP is still going to be in that conversation, especially if we're looking at the NFC. Besides the Bucks, they're probably the best team in the NFC. So I have the Green Bay Packers at number 3.
Okay.
Number 4 may shock you. Well, might not shock you if you know what's going on. I have, if healthy, because I've heard his shoulder is a little dinged up. He hasn't practiced and everything. But
don't say it.
That's just a disclaimer. And yes, I hate to say it. Don't get excited, Cowgirls fans. This man was leading the league. He was leading the league in passing at the time before he got hurt. And for a couple of weeks after he was hurt, he still was number 1. So that shows you. I mean, he was slinging that thing. He has the receiver. He has the weapons. They have the running back.
He's a secret Cowboys fan.
The Dallas Cowboys. No, I am a Dakota Prescott fan. I'm a Dak Prescott fan. Man.
Okay.
Support Dak. So
and
show why you got the money. Still won't translate to a playoff win. You could score a bunch of yards and points and not do anything as the Falcons. So that doesn't mean anything here. So
Cowboys. All right.
You have the number 1 offense and lose games. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I got them at 4. And then number 5, I actually have said Atlanta Falcons. So you might say, well, they lost Julio Jones. How can you have them in the top 5? Well, they were pretty high up there last year, and Julio barely played last year. Let's be real. So them not having Julio this year, they still got Matt Ryan. Calvin Ridley did his thing last year, pretty much as the number 1 because he had to be the number 1. It wasn't no Julio really. And now you add the man, Mr. Pitts at tight end. Yeah, I think them boys are, they top 5.
Okay. Spence, who do you have as your top 5 offenses? You give us your order.
All right. Number 1, well, it's across all boards. It's Kansas City. I believe nobody left. They really changed the line. So, I have Kansas City. Number 2, which I'm very surprised that you didn't say him at this high, Vic. But I have the Buccaneers. I have everybody. And it's Tom Brady. I hate Tom, but it's Tom Brady. You got
to factor in they got hot towards the end of the year, right? So gonna have training camp this year, another year in the offense with Tom Brady. Yeah, I mean, you could have been biased and went number 1. You would have been a little off, but I could have seen it.
Yeah, I could let you slide.
They'll be number 1 in the NFC.
I'll definitely
I
get
agree
that.
with that. Yeah.
I'll definitely get that. Number 3. Well, since Trey said, the Atlanta Falcons were still, in the top numbers without Julio, well, the number 3 is going to be the top 5 with Julio. I got the Tennessee Titans at number 3.
Okay.
Number 4, I have the Los Angeles Rams. Matt Stafford is there, able to run the offense. Now, if everybody stays healthy, I think that offense will good. Oh, they may need to address the running game because, of
I was
course,
just gonna say that's the only reason I left them out. I have them in my top 10,
right?
but I couldn't put them top 5 because
That running game. I know.
Can't makers.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. But I feel like they can
Stafford still might light it up. So I'm not mad at you. It's a good pick.
Yeah. And number 5. Oh God, let me get together on this one. Number 5, I'm going to have to say, with all the inquisitions and acquiring they got on offense, I can't deny it. But I have to go with the New England Patriots.
Wow. Bold. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, right.
A lot of additions to the offense. I mean, it might not be huge, spectacular names, but they're good additions to the offense. Yes, the Hunter Henry injuries still questionable, but they say it's not that serious. He'll probably miss maybe the first 3 weeks preseason, but they'll be fine. But yep, Cam there, able to have more legitimate weapons there. So it is Bill. It's Bill.
Yeah, I definitely believe that a drug test is needed for you. So after the show, we'll definitely send
you. Hang on. I know. Hold up. I know I'm not getting called out for the guy that said Drew Lock is going to be the breakout player.
It's right. Just know it.
If I'm getting drug tested, you better be sitting right next to me.
Well, yeah, you both might need to be drug tested. I don't know. Yeah, they might finish 3rd in our division as far as offense. Sorry, Spence. I like Miami and Buffalo over them, but
Buffalo definitely. I love us, but I gotta see it first.
I mean, it's fair. It's your opinion. It's cool. I mean, they are a beast when it comes to 2 tight end sets. So
no,
that is Belichick's MO.
I do want to say the KC offense, I believe, is going to be in the top 10 in rushing this year. Bold prediction, potentially.
Ooh,
you just throwing them takes out there, huh? Like, with that whole retooling of the offensive line that they did. I mean, Orlando Brown, just that whole staff. I mean, it's potential. I think they're going to go a little bit more run heavy. They have the luxury to be able to do so instead of passing the ball every down. So I know we said that. So I'm just throwing this out there. I know it'll never happen because one, I already came out here and told you that he never formally requested a trade. 2, though, if he was requesting a trade, we would not be dumb enough to trade him to the Kansas City Chiefs. But if James Washington was to go to Kansas City, he automatically becomes the number 2 receiver over there. Sorry, Hartman.
Yeah, I feel like that's a downgrade for the Kansas City Chiefs with Hardman. I mean, Hardman's had the opportunity to show out when Sammy Watkins was down. And
we're not going to talk about the Super Bowl.
But yeah, I'm not talking about the Super Bowl. I'm talking about just throughout the season.
But I'm just saying the Super Bowl in general, wide open. You can't track down the ball. It's crazy. Yeah. The game might be a little different if you even scored that 1 touchdown. But
I thought he would have really flourished in that offense. I mean, we remember that whole offseason when.
I mean, he has the speed. Definitely has that.
Speed.
We had that whole the offseason where Tyreek Hill was potentially going to be suspended for that season with domestic violence off the field. But they drafted him, and everybody was just like, "Whoa!" Like this Kansas City offense, especially when Tyreek Hill was okay for that season.
Yeah,
it's like, dang, it's going to be crazy. A track meet. but he's been disappointing.
Definitely has. So I mean, who I don't know what they did at receiver. Besides that, I would have to really go look at the roster. But if they can get a number 2 to actually step up outside of, obviously, you can say Kelsey is a number 2, but an actual receiver.
All right, so
Kelsey and Tyreek, that would definitely change that whole offense up a lot.
I agree.
So for the Kansas City Chiefs, they have Hill, Hartman, Demarcus Robinson.
Oh yeah, Robinson flashes, but nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Was it Cornell Powell? Antonio
is nobody